Welcome back to Gaijin Hideout. I'm Jeff. With me, as always, is Jesse, and we're back to react to more Dragon's Dogma 2. And this time, it's a special viewer-recommended video that we actually weren't a big fan. It was one of the videos, Jesse, we weren't a fan of the thumbnails for. But
okay.
They told us
serves us right, Jeff.
They told us that this one was a good one. This was one of the good ones. It wasn't just a clickbait countdown.
Okay, all right.
So this is Meet Mind Control and 7 more Dragon's Dogma 2 features you'll love. It is by PlayStation.
I do like the title.
Yeah, it's by PlayStation Access. One of the commenters, multiple viewers recommended this, I think, and one of them said it sounded like a Monty Python sketch. Sketch?
Oh, interesting.
Sketch.
You got it.
Sketch.
Yeah.
It's probably Sketch. Right?
Sketch.
All right, let's check out this
sketch. I'm gonna have a stroke, so don't do that.
Let's check out this reactor sketch right here. Let's do this.
Welcome to PlayStation Access. My name's Rob, and
Hi, Rob.
is Dragon's Dogma 2 on PS5. We played for several hours, and let me tell you, this game is an infinite wonder generator.
Oh my God.
It bombards you with so many astonishing sights and sounds.
Oh, Golem. All right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Have we seen one of those? Yeah, you know, we have seen one, but
we have, but it's my favorite, so I got to go back and look at them a little bit, just a little bit. We're gonna try and listen because I want to hear this guy's thoughts. But
this game is an infinite wonder generator.
That guy came out of nowhere.
It
Holy crap!
bombards you with so many astonishing.
Look at that!
You see that guy get launched? What the fuck?
What was that, dude? And it's just off in the background. That's like insane. Oh my God. Oh my God, that's so funny.
And sounds,
going to space,
I'm tempted to do my best Rutger Hauer in Blade Runner impression because I've genuinely seen things you people wouldn't believe. An archer plucked from the back of a stone.
Look how good that looks. Look how good that
looks. Is that a fucking Griffin shadow above him? Do you see that?
Golem by a rampage.
Oh my God, you're right.
A loyal companion.
What the fuck is happening? Oh, this is the Drake that mind controls your guy.
Yeah. Okay.
My consciousness fades. Pray stop me.
Smoldering stare of a drake. I rode a cyclops as it face planted into a majestic pine and collapsed in a sad pile. There was also the less impressive moment I fell over and a wolf seized my head in its jaws and
what the fuck?
Oh my God!
Like a
what?
Dog stealing a string of sausages from the butchers.
He has the most terrifying glowing eyes, by the
up
way.
For an all-you-can-eat Rob buffet. Feast away.
Oh
holy shit!
That is hilarious.
This is.
I didn't know they did this.
The wolf's got a huge buff in this one. I think, Jesse. This has never happened to me.
Yeah, I've never seen them separate you and eat you alive with all their den mates or whatever. That's insane.
We live stream Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen every Saturday, 3 p.m. EST time on our channel here, and we're doing a playthrough. Never seen that happen in the first one. I don't know if that happens in the first one.
I have to assume it's new, but I'm not sure.
That's crazy. Okay, I want to hear this summary that he's saying. We're talking over it a little because we're shocked by the. I'll let him play through this a little bit or finish this because there might be more crazy footage here, and then we can
leave me a good review on TripAdvisor. Such things are everyday occurrence.
Okay, let me back up a second here. He was so poetic. He was whacking so poetic, and we just
whoa.
Bulldozers.
Genuinely.
All right, here we go.
Do my best Rutger Hauer in Blade Runner impression because I've genuinely seen things you people wouldn't believe. An archer plucked from the back of a stone golem by a rampaging griffin. I watched a loyal companion brainwashed by the smoldering stare of a drake. I rode a cyclops as it face planted into a majestic pine and collapsed in a sad pile. There was also the less impressive moment I fell over and a wolf seized my head in its jaws and dragged me for miles like a dog stealing a string of sausages from the butchers. Look at his mates rolling up for an all-you-can-eat Rob buffet. Feast away.
Oh my God.
But please, leave me a good review on TripAdvisor. Such things are everyday occurrences in Dragon's Dogma 2, a world rife with strange alchemy. In the lands of Vermund and Batal, esoteric systems rub shoulders with slapstick physics to conjure up moments of emergent madness that most developers could spend years trying to choreograph.
Slapstick physics, just what I want to hear.
All the stuff that caught my imagination and the ways I think it'll sink its teeth into you as well. Oh God, now I'm thinking about the whole wolf thing again. Moving swiftly on. I need to start with something very, very...
Oh my God, that is
pretty funny.
That's funny, and that's a very that's a very cozy way to set the stage for Dragon's Dogma too, man. Like everything he's saying, I'm like, oh, it sounds so lovely. It sounds so lovely. Maybe that's the British accent.
More, please. Yes.
This, by the way,
well, that always helps.
This, by the way, this new the new animations, the new graphics for how the golem looks.
The stone golems. Yeah,
look at this.
It's incredible.
And what is that? That's crazy. That's so crazy.
Yeah, he feels like he's actually made out of stone, whereas the first one, it's like a guy with like a stone texture on it, in comparison anyway.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's move on.
And the ways I think it'll sink its teeth into you as well. Oh, God, now I'm thinking about the whole wolf thing again.
All right,
Moving
7 features we're going to love.
I need to start with something very, very important. In
Okay.
Dragon's Dogma 2, you can kill creatures, harvest their meats, and then cook those meats
yeah.
when you rest at camp.
Is this real meat?
And I honestly can't tell.
Well, I was
if
fooled.
these
I thought
meats
this was like stock footage when they showed it the first time.
Yeah, I thought it was stock footage too, but apparently it's just
are real or not. As in,
it's just in game,
is
in
this
engine.
a computer-generated image or a video of real meat cooking?
Oh
If
my
it's
God! For people who
Feel
don't
like an
know,
idiot.
I'm a carnivore, and my mouth is just watering right now. Man. Like I only eat beef.
digital, these might be the most amazing graphics I've
Meat
ever
sexual.
seen. The flickering flames, the dewy specks of
Oh,
oil on the
this
frying
this
pan,
game's gonna make me
signs of
so fucking hungry, dude. I'm gonna have to up my own beef game.
You're
in
gonna
real
have to
life.
have just a plate of beef with you as you play the game.
I can do that. I have there's a local restaurant where they serve these big tomahawk steaks. They're like pretty cheap. I can grab it by the bone and just eat it like a caveman, like these guys probably are. Oh my God. I'll do that every Saturday. I'll get a tomahawk steak.
fat
You should, yeah.
marbling
That'd
through
be
the
great.
flesh. This has to be real meat, right? But then from certain angles, is that hunk of flesh a tiny bit too shiny or rigid around the edges? Is this a CG chop inserted onto a video of a frying pan? I have
It's
genuinely
very
put in a
convincing,
request.
Jeff. I honestly still cannot tell. I'm looking at that. and
It's
I'm just
really
like, oh, that's a really nice camera they
It's
shot it
really
with.
impressive. It is really impressive. There is meat that looks like this, that's cooked in this
Okay.
way. Like it just, I'm like, yeah, this checks out.
Look
to
at the
me.
fucking blood on that. Do you see that?
It's so good, dude. Like it's really good. I don't know why, but they just was it a different department? Like did they outsource
know.
it or
I don't know.
Is this
Yeah.
a troll?
Pixar.
Is
I
this
don't
like
know.
an internal troll? Yeah. Yeah, they got the reference from Nintendo for Illumination Studios. Like what the fuck,
Inserted
man?
onto a video of a frying pan. I have genuinely put in a request
Even
with
like the
Capcom
sizzling
to
around the fire. The pan looks great. Yeah.
Yeah.
to find out if this is real or not. That is how much sleep I am losing over this. The stakes are that high, but are the stakes real?
The stakes that high.
Oh, I knew
Please
he was
type
gonna do it.
real or
I knew he was gonna do that pun. God damn it.
fake in the comments because I am losing it over here. That I can include.
What do we think, guys? Are they real or fake? I think they might be slightly fake, and it's just a new era, man. It's just a new generation, and
I can't tell anymore. We've passed through the uncanny valley of like game food.
I think the smoke might give it away. It's a little repetitive, the steam,
Oh, okay.
but
Hmm.
this is really good. Otherwise, the different states of water are always going to give it away a little bit. I guess the shininess you could kind of be like, oh, maybe that's it looks a little CG, but this part. That's crazy.
Yeah, the only problem is I'm gonna look at real meat now and think that's the fake one, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey, this isn't. I need it fresher. I need it fresher. I'm just gonna be like, going directly to a farm and be like, no, kill it in front of me, cook it in front of me. No, that's not it. It's not real. It's not real.
Please type real or fake in the comments because I am losing it over here. That I can include 40 seconds of meat pornography tells you something important about Dragon's Dogma 2. This is a game with its own groove.
Oh,
You
Jeff,
could
that's already on
probably-
your browser, isn't it?
What, meat pornography?
Your browser history.
It's about to be. It's about to be, I'll tell you what.
This is a game with its own groove. You could probably
The game
glean that
trusts
from its
you.
DNA. It's an
Okay.
open-world action RPG made by the team behind the Devil May Cry series.
God,
They know how to make a tiny man stabbing a giant demon feel amazing. That's a given. But their background also means they don't bring years of RPG preconceptions and genre baggage. There's no sense of a guiding hand on your back. The map is blessedly iconic.
God, the Drake looks awesome, dude.
Does, yeah.
The
Take
only
that back a
things,
second.
the only things I'd seen from the Drake was like from I think the Fighter or Warrior and Warfare like Vocation or just like footage like from different trailers, and it all looked a little janky. But this looks insane. Even the fire and like the way it's leaving. Watch like the way
Amazing,
it
that's
leaves.
a given. But their background also
burns
means
Oh my
everywhere.
God, you're
Look at
right,
that.
yeah.
This is insane.
RPG
The way it like
preconceptions
wavers and wiggles a little.
Yeah.
genre baggage. There's no sense of a guiding hand on your back. The map is blessedly icon-free. There are no glowing quest pointers.
Got launched.
I love the way he's talking about this, though. The map is blessedly icon free. That's a great point that there's no RPG baggage, because their
I
main
know.
thing, what was it? They did Dragon's Dogma, and then like their main thing lately has been Devil May Cry. So there is no RPG baggage of like, no, you need all these
And I feel like
menus, you need all these.
I feel like it's nice to know that up front too, to just kind of change, especially for me. I'm so like coddled by all these fucking, modern schlock RPGs that I feel like I need that up front, that your expectations, mine, need adjustment slightly.
Yeah. It's I think we're kind of getting a situation where it's like all these like it's been in all these like adjacent genres like action games and adventure games. Like you've got Devil May Cry, you've got Tears of the Kingdom and stuff like that, but we're finally getting that like blissful open world feeling in a proper
just
action
kinda
RPG. We're gonna role play our way through it.
Right. Yeah. You can just get lost in a fucking fantasy world.
We're not Link, we're not Dante, we're our guy that I spent
John Dogma.
We're
Jeff.
John Dogma that I spent 6 hours making last Saturday. Or we're Tony the Tiger if I get a little excited.
Oh no.
If I make a bad decision
no.
at the start because we made
That's a lot of bad decisions if you ended up as him.
Yeah. All right.
And if someone wants a job done, they'll holler as you mosey by.
Oi, you there! You've just arrived in town, haven't you?
In turn, that
Okay, that's like the second video that's pointed this out because the IGN one did as well, but this one shows it more. So it is more, and we've seen it in the past. Like some guy just runs up to you in one of the villages, so they're
it's
gonna
not
like
the
call out at
floating
you,
exclamation mark. They just kind of talk to you like a person would.
like, "Hey." That's really cool that we're just gonna wander into like shit like this.
that work is rarely spelled out. If a local boy goes missing, it's up to you to deduce the what, where, and why from hearsay and gossip.
The flowers that
I like
bloom
it.
around here
Yeah.
glow come nightfall. From what I can glean, the petals absorb the sun's light by day and release it after dark.
In the town square, people
Isn't that unusual?
mention flower picking and plants that glow at night. So you take a nap and pray that the local peasants weren't drunk on mead as you follow luminous buds into the deadly dark.
What?
It's risky giving people freedom. You might misunderstand the task, or half understand and follow the flowers part of the way, get distracted by a Wight and his skeleton support band, and then forget about the boy entirely.
Look at that.
He looks
The
incredible.
clock
So he's saying he got distracted completely by the white. You see the trail over here. I didn't know. So that's how you find the boy is you ask around town. Okay, we got to really like set our expectations, man. There's no like
I know
where do
that's
I go?
what I mean. Is like again, I feel we're so fucking spoiled, Like I am all down to get lost in a giant like open world and stuff like that. But it is so nice to know that up front.
What's so funny is it's like there's this phenomenon in software engineering or software development where it's like if you have like a bunch of people and they've been trained to like use Microsoft Word or Windows and like just like bad software with bad design, they will have to go through this extra step of unlearning that if they're presented with a good experience, like
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I had to unlearn Windows a bit to like use Mac, for example, which is like I mean, look, you can't like stream games on Mac, but like it's a superior. I'm sorry, I'm using a Mac every single time. It's not even close.
Somebody started commenting the second
it's
you
a
said that.
superior product by definition because it is the only finished product of the two. Windows is garbage. I don't give a shit. Okay, I'm streaming on Windows. It's garbage. Anyway, the point is like we're going to have to undo like all those like map marker like brainwashing,
a decade of map markers and golden trails, and it's
sparkling
icons. Yeah,
and it's like we've been kind of. We're being prepared for this, or we've been prepared for this in the past because we had Zelda Breath of the Wild, we had Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, we had Elden Ring, but like for me, there's not many other games that have really pulled that off.
It's very rare. I mean, that used to be more of an old school style of doing things. Like if you ever played Morrowind, Elder Scrolls, if anyone ever played that game, it's very like, fucking figure it out kind of a game.
And most notable about those 3 games I mentioned that do pull this off, like those 2 Zelda games and the Elden Ring game, those don't feel old school, like there's only like that's the only old school thing about them. Dragon's Dogma is like the best of the old school, and now it's crossing into the modern times, the modern era. So yeah, I think it's very unique in that sense because it's going to be bringing back a lot of things that were good in the past, but it's more capable. Is capable of bringing more than just lay open world that you can explore.
Yeah, and I feel like hopefully it'll be a lot easier to put up, I guess, with that kind of design, just because of how fucking gorgeous and fun this game is.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's not just obscure things that you have to do and crazy stuff like that. But it all makes sense and flows together in a real natural way when you're trying to go out into the world and put these breadcrumbs together.
This is going to be an hour-long video, isn't it?
You follow the flowers part of the way, get distracted by a Wight and his skeleton support
I wanted to
band.
pause on this. Look how badass the Wight looks. By
He's
the way,
great. Yeah, he looks beautiful.
Like
And then forget
popped his collar and everything.
what a
Yeah.
badass!
He knows it. He knows it, Jeff.
Dude. Is this a Wight or is this the front man of a metal band from from Beyond the River Styx?
about the boy entirely.
Final form.
The clock is ticking on some of these quests, so we can only imagine what happened to that poor kid.
Artist impression.
He's dead.
Oh,
He's
I
dead.
paused on a Griffin ground pounding apparently. Like Yoshi.
You're allowed to
Oh
get
no, it didn't. Okay, never mind.
lost and get it wrong feels deliciously out of step with the breadcrumb trails of modern open worlds. If there were breadcrumbs here, they'd only draw the attention of the world's nastiest pigeon. I know it's against the law to describe
That's cool. So he says he likes, so he feels good getting distracted from his missions, even if he fails them, I guess. So I guess the distraction is worth the payoff sometimes. I guess it's going to vary by the player. That's good.
any game as a living, breathing world. So let's say that this one hiccups with vitality. The way you'll find ox carts on the road and can hitch a ride on them, but only if you want to go where
Classic
the farmer was
Dogma,
already
Jeff.
heading.
Hiccups
matter how
with the-
Belligerently you protest. All the way night
Wait, only if you hold on. Let me get this again.
find ox carts on the road and can hitch a ride on them, but only if you want to go where the farmer was already heading, no matter how belligerently you protest. All the way night falls and suddenly the inky black is dotted with the torches of other nervous travellers hurrying to camps. Or the
You can see him in the background there. Did you see that off in the distance?
Yeah,
Let me back it up.
that's very interesting. So
with the torches of other nervous travellers
There's that
hurrying
guy.
to
There's
camps.
these guys over here.
Or
they're all
the sudden
panicking.
Yeah.
tension of accidentally flashing your giant double-ended spear and seeing the whole town bare its fangs at you.
That's awesome.
Oh, we got a little
All right.
GTA
I love
action
that.
going on.
I love that, man.
Okay.
That's great. I know that's such a
Iron
stupid
double-ended-
small thing,
Yeah.
but it's
spear
fantastic
and
at the
seeing
same time.
whole
It's those
town
small
bare its
details that
fangs
really,
at you.
bring a world to life. I feel like.
Look at that. That's really funny.
at you. Its fantasy vision is charmingly straightforward. It resists the grim, dark desolation of From Software and the weary sadness of The Witcher. Instead,
nice. Okay.
a broader, more optimistic sense of adventure. It feels like the kind of world you'd scribble as a kid with a head full of Tolkien. Deep valleys with goblins around every corner, serene forests where the peace is suddenly shattered by a roar you can't.
I just want to play it, Jeff. This game looks fucking incredible.
Oh my God. What an endorsement. What a fucking endorsement, dude.
I know. I'm sold on whatever.
Feels like the kind of fantasy world you'd scribble as a kid with a head full of Tolkien. Oh my God. That was what was always so weird about the Souls games and the Witcher and stuff, is they were like, it's like they were like the edgy versions of like new reimagined fantasy games that didn't exist yet. And like this is the game that's coming in, is like, no, this is like the baseline that, should have come first.
I know. Sometimes I feel like they should come with like the suicide hotline number just slapped around the front.
Yeah, and I like edgy
for
dark
a variety of reasons.
Yeah. I like edgy dark stuff, but like the best fantasy movies of all time.
Well, it's nice to get something new, It's nice to change the pace a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like at the end of the day, like, I'm sorry, the best fantasy movies of all time is Lord of the Rings, and they're dark sometimes, but they're wholesome. They're wholesome as hell and optimistic and hopeful and stuff too. And this game is like that's what I was like really noticing. Is
I know, and those really Hobbit movies are so great too, right, Jeff?
I didn't see them. I didn't see them.
They're bad. They're real bad.
Are they? They're really bad. Damn.
I like Smaug. The second one I thought was cool, the Smaug scene, but anyway.
Oh, okay.
Mystic sense of adventure. It feels like the kind of world you'd scribble as a kid with a head full of Tolkien. Deep valleys with goblins around every corner, serene forests where the peace is suddenly shattered by a roar you can't quite place. Or just the simple...
He was hiding behind the house.
Pleasure of that cave promising a treasure chest. And something
that is way darker than the first game, Jesse.
Your favorite, Jeff. Your favorite.
Oh God.
Horrible living near the treasure chest. Night is dark and scary because, well, night is dark.
Look at the zombies. They're so detailed.
Yeah.
Dark and scary. It's a place where people say twere and twas and mayhap. They spell Sir S-E-R, not S-I-R.
Let's
go. And it
go.
feels like the NPC dialogue is keeping an entire county of British actors in work.
An entire county of British actors, yeah.
To crest another hill to discover an idyllic...
This guy's got a good good thing going here with the voice and everything. With the voice and the words. With the voice and the words and stuff like that. I'm just kind of saying whatever
You're
comes
such
out
a
of my
streamer,
mouth.
Jeff. I love it.
Yeah. Hey, this guy's pretty good. Next. Yeah.
Thick, beachy hamlet, or suddenly stumble across a phantom ox cart that dematerializes into the night.
What? Dude.
I heard of like a ghost ship, but not a ghost ox cart. What the fuck?
Oh, that reminds me of like Zelda with the ghost pirate ship.
That dematerializes into the night.
Holy
There's just
shit.
such immaculate vibes to the tone of Dragon's Dogma 2.
Hell yeah, I love
the map
vibes.
also doubles as
incredible.
a monster.
Okay,
if anything, they've undersold the game. Jesus.
Yeah, so that section was immaculate fantasy vibes. That's what he was trying to spell out there. And
all right, well, that's some of my favorite shit. Is like, can I get lost in a world? Can I believe it? Because if I'm wandering around, la generic fantasy land, it's no matter how good the gameplay is, no matter how fun the classes are, at the end of the day, you need to kind of love what you're exploring. You need to kind of love your sandbox. And this looks like, so far, at least according to this guy, it's nailed it.
Yeah, just like subtle things like the ogre being behind that broken down cabin or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That just looks really good. By the way, this guy looks like he's a lot more confident player than like other videos we've watched.
Dogma 2. The map also doubles as a monster zoo, which often feels like a trip down Capcom's monster memory lane. There is
I guess you're right because of Resident Evil.
Zombies. That's so funny.
Resident Evil. And, the ogres like Blanca from Street Fighter.
You get a Leon reference anywhere? I don't know.
Maybe.
So I'm now on the lookout for ye olde umbrella apothecary. Devil May Cry has always done a good line in Lizard Warriors. There are ghosts, there are goblins. I'm not sure there are ever ghosts and goblins, but it could feasibly happen. Not
like Ghost and Goblins.
to
Ghost and
mention the
Goblins.
returning
This guy
dragons
is on top of the. He's on top of his shit, Jeff.
I
Gotta say,
dude, the script writing is very good. It's very good.
goblins, but it could feasibly happen. Not to mention the returning Dragon's Dogma classics, harpies lulling your party to sleep only for an ogre to rudely butt slam them into paste, or the bucking bronco of grabbing onto a griffin's feathers
it looks
and hoping
so good, man, and he's doing it right
know.
too. Look at this.
I know.
He's got his
Absolutely.
stamina and
for
everything
free
going.
air miles. Side note, one of our sidekicks used flames on this big bird, and it sadly did not result in photorealistic drumsticks. They drip his personality. I love how ogres try.
Oh yeah, it did turn into this. It did. He did turn into this. What he? What he?
I wonder if you can like cook the griffin. I wonder if you can kill it, like get its meat and then cook it.
I want to know what cooked griffin meat looks like. Yeah. Oh, that would be the real test, because that's the kind of meat that doesn't exist IRL. So they would have had to kind of, make it, make something new.
Surprisingly, or not surprisingly, it tastes just
They
like
drip
chicken,
with
Jeff.
personality.
Yeah.
I love how ogres try to grab female members of the party and then run off to privately slobber on them. Or the
Oh, no.
What the fuck?
Oh no! They're so
What?
thirsty.
No way.
Oh,
Yeah, you loved that, dude.
and
What
then
the?
run off to privately slobber.
Oh
Just
no,
weird.
Jesse, look at that. That's
that's
disgusting. Oh, poor Mally. Oh no.
Ellie got molested. Oh, no.
I was wondering. I was like, what has he got? What's got him so eager that he's like just zooming all the way over with me with the main character on his back? He's like,
Or the
a woman.
incredible self.
I wonder how that interacts with the trickster. If you got you got like a female trickster.
Oh yeah. Oh, what? Like, what do you mean?
Like he's just always gonna go for the like if you drop an illusion of yourself or whatever.
Oh yeah, maybe you don't have to. Oh yeah, that's.
Don't even have to build aggro. He just goes for it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there you go.
on them. Or the incredible self-own, where the same ogre tries to squish us, climbing up his back, leaving his head open for violent stabs. It's worth
Oh shit! Oh, so you can like place yourself in the right spot. See, this guy's better. This guy is
privately
good.
slobber on them.
That is
or the incredible
like in terms of gameplay. I didn't even know you could do this. So so is he lower down?
self-own, where the same ogre tries to squish us, climbing up his back.
How did he do that? Is that even? Can you even like intentionally do
leaving
that?
his
That's
head
crazy.
open for violent
Yeah, it looks like he
stabs.
just knocked
It's
himself
worth
out, basically.
Yeah.
pointing out that these things can happen because Capcom gives you room for these things to
Huh.
happen. It's not
Okay.
that Dragon's Dogma 2 is an easy game. Every attack you take chips away at your maximum health until you camp, and camping
Every
itself
attack.
can be ambushed, which is as frightening and
Interesting.
discombobulating as you'd expect. But this
That's insane. Can you imagine like you just barely make it back to camp and then you rest and then you get
And then you get
immediately
fucked immediately.
ambushed? Yeah.
Ah, surprise
isn't
Wight.
an Elden Ring health bar vaporizing before your eyes. Most of the time, you'll survive long enough.
What did he say? Hold on.
Bar vaporizing as you'd expect. But this isn't an Elden Ring health bar vaporizing before your eyes. Most of the
Oh.
time, you'll survive
Shots
long enough
fired.
for weird stuff to kick in, to have a 5-minute slobber knocker of a punch-up with a Cyclops, or for a simple wolf fight.
Elden Ring health bar vaporizing before your eyes. Yeah, there is something to be said about those fucking Soulsborne games. It is just so like once it's gone, it's so gone. You know, your health, or
Yeah.
then the the flasks you spend to heal and everything.
Mhm.
And there's just a certain futility to it. You know, like it's just like oh, this guy popped out of the alley and took all right. Fuck me, I guess. This one, I feel like there's much more of a struggle involved. There's a bit more of a give and take. You know, it's not.
Yeah,
just
like even it seems like in everything we've seen so far, even if somebody is like truly and deeply fucked, they still have a chance. You know, all these
Yeah.
people talking about how the fights dragged on into the night and so on.
Yeah.
The time you'll survive long enough for weird stuff to kick in, to have a 5-minute slobber knocker of a punch-up with a Cyclops, or for a simple wolf fight to escalate into a Griffin encounter. A quick death...
Oh my god.
Look how beautiful he looks up there. So menacing.
This game is insane. This game is ridiculous.
It's almost I almost need to like play it to believe it at this point, because it just seems like too good. You know, I've had my heart broken too many goddamn times, Jeff. I can't take it again.
This better not be just 8 strategically reused set pieces, man. Like that is like that's insane. Big if true.
The enemy of emergent fun, and Dragon's Dogma 2 gets this. The best fights feel like
What is the enemy of emergent
fun? Into a Griffin encounter. A quick death is the enemy of emergent fun. And Dragon's Dogma 2 gets this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so it's not gonna be like that's what basically what I was getting at with the Dark Souls comparison was like there's all kinds of cheap shots, like, you know, instant deaths, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. You know, it's just really easy to get ended in that game, and it's fun in its own way, but it's very painful. It would not lend itself to what they're going for with Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah.
I clung
absolutely.
to the first style I could figure out, combat style I could figure out in Elden Ring, basically.
Swing big sword.
Swing big sword, yeah. This
the
one
best fights feel like
not the
punchier
case.
Monster Hunter encounters.
No, I mean, it feels
where
like all, you know, at least based on our experience with the previous game, everything is viable. You know, you can even play like one of these starter vocations just all the way to the end if you do it right.
Yeah, and I was way less concerned in Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen about changing classes by the middle of it. You know, I realized I lightened up. I was like, oh, I can just kind of change back and forth. And this one, it seems like it's going to be even more incentive and easier to do, you know, so more fun. So
you spend ages chipping away at multiple health bars, waiting to see what tricks a creature might turn to out of desperation. Take golems, which are untouchable unless you hit glowing medals, which I think the golem may have borrowed from Resident Evil 4's blue medallion hunt. Anyway, until you
it kind of does look like those things. That's right.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I remember that from our stream way back when I shot a couple of those. That's funny. My God, I love this fight in Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. I'm so excited for this.
Which I think the golem may have borrowed from Resident Evil 4's blue medallion hunt. Anyway, until you strike these targets, you're under a constant barrage of eye lasers, swinging fists, and a red-hot rampage that looks like me if I drink too much Fanta. Climb up his body, and you'll likely get a rib-cracking squeeze. But just like a Monster Hunter fight, you eventually get to the point
I'll splatter you now. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my God, it just looks so good.
Oh, Jeff, do you see those fucking faces on the top of them?
Climb up his body, and you'll
a little further. You'll see in a second. They're all on the front.
Oh,
there's a bunch of them up there.
Oh shit, you're right. Oh, that's fucked.
The fuck.
That's fucked. That's awesome.
Squeeze. But just like a Monster Hunter fight, you eventually get to the point where the brute's on the ropes, and you feel a bit sorry for it. Look how it tumbles over like a kid protesting at having to...
What? He's picking up a fucking rock?
He just threw a boulder at him. That's awesome.
Tug its leg to
kill the golem with the golem.
The sole of its foot. There's such physicality and brutality when these things kick off.
Oh,
don't worry though, there's plenty of stuff waiting to be brutal back. Let's single out the Drake, a smaller version of the dragon.
Drakes are horrible, number 5.
Is that what he said? Drakes are terrifying?
That was the point.
Oh my God.
Single out the Drake, a
Drakes
smaller version of the dragon.
Drake's misfortune. Nice Uncharted reference. Drake's fortune.
Who serves as the...
That's what I'm here. That was my contribution to this reaction video. Jesse would have never gotten that. But that was my main contribution.
That's your whole thing, Jeff.
I've earned my money for the day. I've earned my AdSense.
You're 40 cents. Congrats, asshole.
Yeah. You know, when they call it AdSense, they don't tell you this. The emphasis is on the cents. You know?
Dogma 2.
That was a good one.
Earlier dragon run-in seems to have left you with a creepy bond with lizard kind. Both your chests begin to throb, and you hear it rasping to you with big parcel tongue energy.
Oh, fuck. Really?
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's so
Jesus.
cool. I guess it was kind of like that in the first one, but I didn't even think about that it's like that's why you could hear him when he like talking to you. But he didn't talk to you that much, I don't think. Oh my god, you hear it?
Energy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of quiet, but I do.
The Drake quickly goes from whispering sweet nothing.
It is like parcel tongue with like more testosterone, you know.
This is like the Skyrim dragon fights, but actually fucking awesome.
You know what's crazy? I don't even remember the dragon fights from Skyrim.
Yeah.
Is that wild?
You're better for it, Jeff.
I remember the feeling, but I don't remember the only dragon fights I remember from something like is like Elden Ring. Like the Elden Ring dragon fights were insane. Like they were cool.
Okay.
It wasn't the main draw of the game in general, but like it was like your jaw was on the floor when they got involved for sure. But these are much more personal. These are much more personal and visceral, like what's going on here. That's what's so interesting about it, is like you're like tied to dragons or whatever. Elden Ring dragon fight, it was just like the most insane out there, like boss fights, like thrown in on top. You know, it's like
I know
icing
they're
on
like
the
throwing
cake.
like fucking Zeus lightning bolts and shit.
It's like it was ridiculous, but like this is almost like it's like it gets personal and it's like more intimate, you know.
The Drake quickly goes from whispering sweet nothings in your ear
That
to
looks
spraying
insane.
hot plenties in your face with thick jets of gloopy fire toasting the battlefield. A glowing weak spot lies tantalizingly in reach, but every attempt ends in torched companions and a quick death. Oh, and the moment it grabbed Mally and possessed her with a dark stare.
That looks so good,
Jesus.
dude. You remember, like compared to the first one, I couldn't even tell what was going on.
Oh, and the moment it grabbed Mally
Look at that.
and possessed her with a dark stare.
I am your
forcing us to
master.
fight our own party.
That's so funny.
Yes.
Oh shit! Look, it's like totally possessed.
Yeah. Yeah.
We soon died. That was despite our best
Fuck.
efforts to
Oh,
master
he
2
died.
advanced vocations, the classes that define the arisen.
These guys did really
Classy
well.
combat,
They tried a lot. Classy combat. Okay.
Master 2 advanced vocations, the classes that define the Arisen's powers. In this demo, we tried the Magick Archer and the Mystic Spearhand, which
Okay.
both blend physical combat and magic to some extent. The Mystic Spearhand carries a dual-ended spear that can lop off lizard parts or let you do your
Ooh.
best Darth Maul cosplay.
Yeah.
Your magic
You're all ready for that,
Yeah,
Jeff.
look at that. I am all ready for that. Go check out our character creator stream that we did last Saturday. John Dogma is the new Darth Maul. He's kind of like Legolas meets Darth Maul meets like the Giga Chad meme. That's kind of what we're going for. You know.
spear that can lop off lizard parts or let you do your best Darth Maul cosplay. Speaking of the
like
Sith,
covered in gore,
your
too.
magic
Do you see that,
affinity
Jeff?
also gives you
Or is he just beat up? I'm not sure.
What, this?
Yeah, he's got a bunch of like shit on him.
humble offering,
I
a
don't know.
force lift by any other name that lets you fling objects
God.
and enemies
Oh,
with the power
yes.
of
That
your
was a
mind.
pretty big boy
You
he
also get
chucked
the
there.
Yeah.
Doubted bolt. Hit an enemy with the power
Okay,
of force lift by any.
Let's look at this for a
Your
minute.
magic affinity also gives you humble offering, a force lift by any other.
It was electrocuting the skeleton. Like, oh, that was so funny. It looked like a cartoon when, like in cartoons when they get electrocuted, and it shows their skeleton underneath.
Oh yeah.
Name that lets you fling objects and enemies with
was.
the power
Well, it was a goblin or orc or something.
of your mind.
Yeah.
You also get the redoubted bolt. Hit an enemy with this projectile and you can either detonate it or teleport to the target to get up close with
Oh.
some speedy jabbing.
Interesting.
Throw in the magic shield of Mirror Vesture, all these little projectile daggers, and it adds up to a class that lets you nimbly shift between distant and close range drubbing.
It just looks
The
it's
magic-
like so much fucking fun, Jeff.
That looks insane. That looks
The
insane.
versatility you have, that's crazy.
Shifting between, yeah, wow. So what was okay? So everything looks like it has a dual, I guess, duo spear. It's on brand, but like everything looks like it has a dual purpose. You
Yeah.
know,
Mirror
like-
Vesture, all these little projectile daggers.
like what is this?
And it adds up to a class that lets
Oh, is that's separate from the
Yeah, a
shield?
little ranged attack. I
That's
think.
separate from the shield, I guess. Okay.
you nimbly shift between distant and close range drubbing.
But what did the shield do? I wanted to. Did he say?
You also get the redoubted bolt. Hit an enemy with this projectile and you can either detonate it or teleport
Was that him detonating it, or was that someone casting magic? I think that's someone casting magic, right?
enemies with the power of your mind. You also get the redoubted bolt.
Yeah, he warped with that one, right?
Hit an enemy with this projectile and you can either detonate it or teleport to the target to get up close with some speedy jabbing. Throw in the magic shield of Mirror Vesture, all these little projectile daggers, and it adds up to a class that lets you
Well, he was fighting Cyclops, so I'm assuming it reduces damage, like physical damage too.
nimbly shift between distant and
Oh, by the way,
I saw that. I
you
fucking
see that?
saw that, Jeff.
And it
Yeah.
what the fuck?
What is that a Griffin or another fucking Drake?
It's a Griffin. That's just a
Okay.
Griffin. He's fighting a Drake, and there's just another Griffin in the background.
Just probably about to land. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hopefully
dude.
not.
and it adds up to a class that lets you nimbly shift between distant and close range drubbings. The magic arch
I got anxiety at that frame. I got anxiety when I saw him fighting that, and then I saw the Griffin in the background. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
is flimsy up close, but melds spells with arrows for targeted pain.
Yeah, we
Holding
know all
attack
about magic
locks
archery.
on more projectiles, and your conversion skill lets you switch from a giant reticule
Oh wait, what did he say?
arrows for targeted pain. Holding attack locks on more projectiles, and your
Really? So it's not just
Oh, interesting.
it's not just confined to one skill anymore. Holding attack locks onto more. That's kind of crazy, Jesse.
Again, it's like I just love how they're mixing
is-
all these classes up and making them so much more involved.
Yeah, it is so much more than it was before. That's crazy.
holding
Yeah.
attack locks on more projectiles, and your conversion skill lets you switch from a giant reticule that targets multiple enemies to a focused aim that quickly queues up attacks against one spot. You can also
Oh, that is
Oh,
fucking
that's
cool. Oh my god, I
Brilliant.
love that.
That's amazing. That's so good. Oh, that's all I wanted was I guess like that skill, the multi-hit skill was pretty good about that on bosses because the multi-hits
yeah, you're typically only fighting one anyway, so
yeah, and the bosses have multiple different body parts, so you could just like select all the different body parts,
yeah.
but you couldn't focus it all on one point, which you need to do.
I mean that's perfect. If it's like, oh, this is the spot I want to hit, I want this thing to happen. Let's hit this spot.
that is just so, it
This
almost
game, this fucking game, Jeff. Jesus.
I mean, like a lot of these old school games, like a lot of the difficulty is in the inconvenience. And if like this version, this like sequel, like this is an old school series, but if this sequel is like removed so much of that inconvenience, then the difficulty and the challenge that they put into this game must be off the charts too. Like they must have given us a lot. If they're starting us out with that, if they're giving the Magic Archer that's crazy. There must be a lot, and there is. I mean, we've seen it, but just in case you're skeptical that we're just kind of seeing the high points. I think we might just only be scratching the surface with what they've shown us. If you can switch, God. If you can switch, if you can hold the attack button and lock onto multiple people, you just get that. And you can switch between like, oh, I'm aiming on the weak points. Like, what's the challenge? They're going to show us. Like, we're going to see it. Like, it's going to be, we're seeing it right now.
You'll find out.
There must be a lot of these things like happening, at least.
steer a flame fang arrow in first person, handy for those
yeah.
golem medals, or missing those medals
alright.
and taking
So
in
that's
the sights.
confirmed.
And the remedy
did he
fang
say?
arrow
Oh,
in
miss-
first person, handy for those golem medals, or missing those medals and taking in the sights.
Yeah.
And the remedy arrow heals party members or yourself when aimed at your own feet. Perhaps
It's so smart, Jesse. It's so smart.
Oh, I love it.
They thought of everything.
They really did.
That's absolutely something people would have been like, well, why can't I just throw a potion down at my feet and like heal myself? Why can't I just, like shoot myself in the foot with the healing arrow? And they're like, oh yeah, no, you can do that. That makes sense.
Yeah, you actually can. So go ahead, sir.
These guys must play their own games a lot. Like they must be gamers, like through
That's so
and through.
nice. That's so nice that it's a well-made game, Jeff. I'm just so happy.
I don't know what to say, man.
Or
That's
yourself
so smart.
when aimed at your own feet. Perhaps the most delicious move is the Ricochet Seeker.
Oh, that looks
bouncing
so
arrows that become
upgraded.
invisible
That
in
looks even
confined
more horrifying
space.
than the first game.
Oh, how did
Look
they
at
make
that.
that even more devastating? That's insane.
Look how the Cave Ogre's health bar melts under the bombardment.
Oh my
Jeez,
God.
90% caves. This would be my vocation of choice. Finally,
Oh my God, that was that was my favorite section so far. We got so much. He did a great job with this. We learned so much from this.
You really did, yeah.
That was great. Holy shit, dude. That is I mean, we've got to try the Magic Archer and Mystic Spearhand, but you know, like to see such a boost to the Magic Archer class like this is like so cool. So cool. Oh my God.
2 was 90% caves. This would be my vocation of choice. Finally, a love letter to pawns. That's P-A-W-N.
Okay.
Whatever vocation your arisen is, these AI-controlled party members end up doing most of the hard work, covering you with healing bombs and covering giant birds with very unhealing fire. It's just
so.
always nice to see people who are good at their jobs doing their thing. Watching a warrior pawn
Just like the
scampering up
developers.
the torso of a monster fills me with fatherly pride and relief that it's him, not me. You get to craft your own.
Yeah, that's me as fuck in this game, dude. Like when I started, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need every warrior to just do their thing, and I'm gonna not do that.
I'm more of a strategic thinker anyway.
I'm more of a manager kind of guy. I'm more into leadership and management. That's really my area of expertise.
Not me. You get to craft your own main pawn, but the other two are recruited from the world, and in an ingenious twist, they can be enlisted from other people's worlds. Yes, Dragon's Dogma 2 is a multiverse of sorts, where all of our individual adventures are happening in parallel. It explains why you can dip into other realities, pluck out a pawn, and then bring them into your party. It also means if that pawn has completed a quest in their origin world, they bring that knowledge into your game and can offer extra guidance when you're on that quest. When an NPC suddenly chimes in that they know the location of a treasure they recall from a past life, it gives you a shiver of genuine magic. Though on the flip side, when they keep talking...
Wow. It feels like that whole aspect of the pawn system is much more brought to life in this game. I don't know if I just missed it or just didn't realize that was happening the first time, but it did not hit me that like it really didn't even hit me that the pawns were like from other people's games. Like I knew they were.
Oh, really?
It was like explained to me, but I didn't feel it, so I just
This
kept
is going to
forgetting.
tie nicely into the whole like we took away all the quest markers thing. I feel like the fact that you're pulling in pawns who actually kind of know what the fuck they're doing. That's going to be so much more useful than compared to like Skyrim or something like that.
I wonder if you can like I guess you can you like search for your Steam friends pawns and stuff like that? That would be cool.
That's a great question. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool if like people can do like playthroughs like with their friend group and then like they just kind of stay in the same general level range and so they can keep using each other's pawns. That would be the way to do it.
I would hope that they got rid of there's some kind of scaling to where you can bring a pawn in and you don't have to worry about the fact that it's like level 395 in somebody else's game. You're just starting off.
I do want to know about that. Is like, do they just scale the pawns to like match your level? That would be a nice improvement, I think. Although it'd be like mess with you could keep the RC system and just like spend RC to have a higher level on anything, but like I think it would be ideal if they were I guess I don't know if that would make sense because it's like an under-leveled pawn would also have an under-leveled job like vocation rank.
Yeah, maybe it's too much. I don't know.
But some way so that like your friends, just so you can get like your friends' pawns, or like if there's some pawn you want to look up and play as or whatever, like you don't have to be the exact level or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
It gives you a shiver of genuine magic. Though on the flip side, when they keep talking about previous masters, it can feel like journeying with a bunch of people who can't shut up about their exes.
One master I served was quite the carefree soul, shunning armor in all its forms.
Cool. Good for them. I happen to like armor.
That's hilarious.
Good for them. I happen to like
He was a nudist. Yes.
Oh yeah. That's that must have been the wasn't there like an Elden Ring player that he was all naked and he was just really good at beating bosses and he would join everyone's games and help them.
Armor in all its forms.
Cool, good for them. I happen to like armor.
One of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why.
Yeah, but I'm your master now. Can we stop talking about the other guy? Honestly, it's like
just got
adventuring
shamed.
inside the distracted
Damn.
boyfriend meme. I'd argue these foibles is what makes them so effective. Capcom mimic the experience of online co-op, which is something Dragon's Dogma 2 doesn't support. Instead of mic chat, you hear pawns talking and you begin projecting personalities on them. Like Emma, who can't seem to make her mind up. One minute she's all,
Let us be thorough. Scrupulous investigation is the cornerstone of any adventure.
and the next second she's chastising you for being too scrupulous.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
Oh, you're gonna hear
Emma
that
is
so
as
many
frustrating
times,
to
Jeff.
play games with
Oh yeah, I am. That's so funny. I just want to reaffirm. I just love that this game is it's just hikikomori coded, neat coded, shut in, incel, antisocial club coded, like you're just projecting personalities onto the computer, the computer party members. I think that's I don't know. It's the future,
sweet,
Jesse.
Jeff.
It's the future.
That's
The
what we
future is
call it.
now. The future is now. We've automated away friendships. Okay. We just
Thank God.
we just talk to each other in the YouTube comments sections and in Discords, and then we project personalities onto.
Pray to God that
AI
you never meet the
companions.
other person.
Yeah.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep
for the
picking up
best. It's
every
probably for the
little
best.
trinket you find.
It's
Emma
absolutely
is as
the best.
frustrating to play games with as Dave or Rosie. But unlike Dave or Rosie, Emma will be there for me if I want to play at 3 in the morning.
What is that they just was that like a smaller
Little
minotaur?
trinket you find.
Emma is as frustrating to play games with as Dave or Rosie.
Oh,
This looks like the minotaur.
what
We
the
haven't.
heck?
I seen like an image of the minotaur from Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, like in Bitter Black Isle, where it's like they're just wearing armor. But no, they look
Yeah, it
kind of
might
like they
be.
have like hooves and stuff.
I think I see toes. Maybe they're just wearing helmets.
Toes
Maybe
and
they're just like
claws.
goblins in armor.
Maybe.
But unlike Dave or Rosie, Emma will be there for me if I want to play at 3 in the morning. When you combine all of this
That's a good point. That's a good point. You don't have to. That was what the game director said. Hideaki Itsuno was like, it was to solve for a lot of issues with like online games, like MMOs and co-op games where like you were having to, coordinate stuff with other people, and then like, if someone couldn't make it, you couldn't play, or
Had to go to the bathroom. Yeah.
yeah, and everyone's waiting around. It's interesting.
if I want to play at 3 in the morning. When you combine all of this stuff, the real but not real
Gorgeous.
party, the physicality of combat, the magic of discovery when a game doesn't hold your hand, it adds up to an action RPG unlike any other. There's so little received wisdom here. Or if it is received, it's Capcom bringing in ideas from outside open world games. So it all seems very refreshing. I'm frankly terrified that in a year that has already given us Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Helldivers 2 and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that there's another huge time sink as compelling as this knocking on the door when Dragon's Dogma 2 arrives on PS5 on the 22nd of March. I think it could drag me away for some time. Yes, just like the wolf. Thanks for listening to our thoughts on Drakes
There's
and
a callback.
meat. If you enjoyed this video, please give
Full
it a
circle.
like and write something nice in the comments.
Well, what a great video,
Please
Joe.
Subscribe to PlayStation Access.
Yeah, that was nice. That was good. Yeah, this is like a crazy year for releases. And then you've got this game coming out, which is like, this might be more dense than any of the other ones. Maybe Like a Dragon, you might rack up more playtime just due to the RPG-ness of it. I don't know, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know if this game is as involved as
This
it
game
is.
looks huge. Yeah, it
You
looks
know.
huge. It looks fun as hell. And I just want to play it already. I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of talking about it. Just fucking put the game in my hands already, Jeff. Let me go.
No, Jesse, you have to wait like the rest of them. Okay.
God damn it.
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Some kind of
I'm a celebrity, Jeffrey. I'm on YouTube.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, I really hope people give this game a shot because the one thing that it doesn't have that the other games do is like a lot of brand recognition. But this
That is
seems
very
like
true. Yeah.
it seems like it's going to be better than the other ones. I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't know. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I played Remake. It's a movie game. It's fun. It's it's sex for your eyes. Like it's really pretty, but like it's not gonna be anything like this. Okay. It's not gonna be, it is what it is. It's Final Fantasy, it's 3D anime, it's whatever. It's good. It's good in its own way, but it's not like a great game. If you go back and like try and enjoy just the game.
Yeah, I mean this puts the game, back in the fucking game.
Yeah. And that's like such a rare rare thing nowadays. So we personally, this is like kind of all we have planned to play for the foreseeable future, regardless of, I'll play other games offline, but like it just looks so special. It looks so like there's just so much to explore and showcase and share with people. Like, look what I found. I can do this. Like this is like where it's at for us for sure. So, but yeah, on that note, this has been our reaction to Meat, Mind Control, and 7 more Dragon's Dogma 2 features you'll love. That was a good video. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked the writing's really good. It did feel a little Monty Python-esque. There were some jokes in there. There's some witty banter. We got a lot of nicer, like more well played gameplay, I think, in this one than maybe the IGN ones. I'm just speaking objectively here, I'm not trying to overly shit on IGN or anything, but like,
you, Jeff, no.
This was a very competent video. I felt, I liked.
Oh, extremely.
I liked it a lot. I think the other one served its purpose with like, it's a new person playing. I think that's important because I'm a fairly I was a new person like 3 months ago basically. So but someone who's like I got a lot out of the footage is what I'm trying to say, so I'm seeing
the footage was fantastic as well.
I mean, like, fucking look at this. Man, the golems were my favorite. They were so fun. I don't know why. I think it reminds me of like the golem fight. I think it's like a childhood memory thing with like the golem fights of remember like in like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, there was like golem fights and stuff like that. There's always like a golem boss of some sort in the Zelda games.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I think it's like that like, that's the other thing about this game is it like touches so many different points of nostalgia in so many different places for people, because you can make Lord of the Rings references, you can make Zelda references, you can make Elden Ring references, Skyrim references, you can make all kinds of references. So, but it like does it in its own way and it brings them all together. It's going to be so good. So good.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you like this video, we'd appreciate it if you dropped a like on the video, shared it with your friends. Subscribe if you're new here. We're streamers. That's our main thing. So we stream every Saturday, 3 p.m. EST time. Last week, we did a character creator stream where we made a bunch of crazy characters and stuff. It was a lot of fun. This next week, we're going back to this next Saturday. I mean, we're going back to we're going back to Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen and finishing my first playthrough. We're gonna beat the game, and then we're gonna, however fast we beat the game, we're whatever time's left over, we're gonna dump into Bitter Black Isle. So we're gonna put a bow on this bad boy on Saturday, just in time for the new game. And then of course, when Dragon's Dogma 2 comes out, we will be doing that in T-minus what, like 11 days. God, oh my God,
very close.
I gotta get ready. Close. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching, and peace out.
See you.